everyone, it's LC, editor for World Aviation Festival, and today I have the pleasure of being joined by Roberto Alvo, the CEO of the LATAM Group. So lovely to have you with us today.
Thank you very much.
So just to chat a little bit in brief about LATAM's journey at the moment. So obviously you've grown to become the leading airline in South America. So what kind of philosophy is shaping your growth at the moment, and are there any markets that you're particularly keen to enter or expand your presence in?
Well, LATAM today is the main carrier in Latin America, as you say. No airline in the world has a presence in a region like LATAM has. So we have operation in 5 countries, and we connect South America within itself and to the world. And we don't have a specific direction that I can name you about. What we think about is where we can actually connect and win with the network we have. And in that sense, we've been expanding in the most important markets in South America. We have the largest operation in Guarulhos, which is the largest market in the whole region, and with important hubs in Santiago and in Lima, and an important operation in Quito, Guayaquil, and Bogota. That's the LATAM network that connects South Americans to the world.
Nice. And in terms of sort of balancing that growth with sort of ESG objectives, how are you sort of progressing on the sustainability front, and are there any specific targets you'd like to achieve to sort of become more sustainable as an airline?
Well, when we talk about sustainability, we talk about it more holistically. It's not only CO2 emissions. South America is a big geography. It's poorly connected. We believe we have the obligation to help the communities being connected as well. So the way we tackle sustainability is not about only how do we decrease our CO2 emissions. It's also with the resources we have, with the things that we know how to do well, which is transport and connect. How can we help the communities and the societies where we operate? And in that sense, we offer programs, and we give programs that help people move around within South America in a way that otherwise they wouldn't be able to do it. And at the same time, we're working hard in reducing our CO2 emissions. We have set ourselves a target to try to get 5% of SAF consumption by 2030. We have prioritized production in the region, and we did this as a way of showing that there was demand for SAF. Unfortunately, today, not a single drop of SAF has yet been produced in South America. Yeah. But we believe that there is a responsibility as an airline to try to take care of the environment, and we're moving forward. We have been named for the 2nd year in a row one of the top most important sustainable companies in the world by Dow Jones, and actually the most sustainable in the Western Hemisphere, and we're very proud of that.
Sounds like something to be proud of. And moving sort of to talk about the onboard experience. You recently invested in onboard Wi-Fi and sort of revamping your business class. Is there any way that you're looking to direct investment next to sort of keep LATAM service in line with customer expectations?
When I think about experience and customer service, I think about the hardware and the software. So the hardware is what I call is the seat, the IFE, the Wi-Fi, the lounges, if you want. The software is the people. I think that for the passengers, what it is most important is feel that they have been taken care of. So we spend a lot of energy in making sure that not only our experience is consistent, but it improves on a day-to-day basis. So of course, at the same time, we invest in hardware. So we're bringing, as you say, Wi-Fi to our wide bodies now. We're going to have premium economy in the wide bodies, which we'll call premium comfort as of next year. We're building the largest lounge in Latin America in Guarulhos, which is the continuation of the lounge we have. So good features of the experience of our passengers, particularly our premium passengers. But most importantly, what we strive for today is making sure that the experience of the people who choose to fly LATAM is every day better. And what we're seeing is loyalty coming back. I mean, at the end of the day, people want to be, as I said, being taken care of. So our focus is in both the hardware itself, but most importantly in making sure that the people that operate LATAM take care of you when you fly.
Nice. Are you seeing a sort of development of that premium market like other airlines in sort of North America? Is that where you're sort of looking in terms of concentrating growth going forward?
I mean, our premium revenue is growing faster than our capacity, and it's growing faster than total revenue. I don't like to compare myself to the US carriers because I think we didn't come with this because we were looking at what they were doing. To be honest, I think that there was willingness to pay from people in the region for a better experience. I don't think that we were delivering it 5 or 6 years ago, and therefore I don't think that people were really ready to pay for that in our delivery. Today it is a different story, and it's a big geography with huge potential. It's not only the people who travel from South America, it's the people that can travel to South America. With the situation in the Middle East, we also see an opportunity. And as we strive going forward, what we want to do is make sure that every person that flies with LATAM, whether it's a premium passenger or somebody that wants to buy, basic economy, they're treated in a fair and systematically good way.
Nice. And sort of continuing that sort of zoomed out focus, when it comes to technology, how do you see that sort of defining LATAM strategy in terms of creating that sort of more seamless and holistic experience for passengers in every class?
I think that AI will change is already changing the way how people are interacting with technology. I think that not too long a time we will see agentic e-commerce coming to the industry. I don't have a doubt that at some point in time people will not visit web pages or apps. They will simply interact with the prompt. We have to move in that direction. And I think that the challenge here is to try to understand how the customer behavior is changing with this and to adapt to that and to offer the passengers what they want. That's from a customer-facing perspective. But at the same time, I think that technology has a huge opportunity in improving the way we provide service and also improve the way we do our operation better. And for me, the technology is not the challenge in itself. The challenge is how do we use it in the right way in the organization. It's more of a change management problem than a technology problem. So I think it's going to be very seamless in 5 or 10 years. I think that you will be able basically to speak to your phone and get what you want. If you don't want to interact physically with an airline all the way until the entrance of the plane, you'll be able to do that. I think flying will be much more reliable. You will know where your bag is. You will know where your connection will be. You will have much more capacity to own your time, which I think is what the passengers want. And I think that here, the airlines that are going to excel are the ones that provide trust. Trust for me is a key word. If you can use technology to provide trust in your brand, those are the airlines that are going to win.
Okay. And just to wrap up talking about that, are there any projects or strategies that you have implemented recently in the sort of technological space or looking to implement, sort of achieve that end goal?
With respect to customer experience?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, for us, for example, we track NPS, but NPS is not a number for us, it's a system. What we try to do is understand every single interaction that we have with our customers. And for that, you need data. And you need to have the data well analyzed. So I think that little by little, we're becoming better at understanding what is that customers want, what is that different segments of customers want. And then designing the physical delivery becomes a little bit easier. For me, the focus today is, again, it's not necessarily the technology by itself, is how can I improve the experience of a passenger using the technology. And this is the future. WhatsApp has become, for example, an excellent tool. All of our premium, the top tier of our FFP, we have their phone numbers and we communicate personally with them by WhatsApp. So even single technologies that we do use on a day-to-day basis have become powerful tools.
Okay. Well, that's very interesting to hear. And thank you so much for sharing your time with me today and learning more about the growth of LATAM.
Thank you very much. Thank you.